Alright, so, this may not go up till Tuesday, but I'm recording this on Monday. It is Memorial Day here in the States, so, we'll see if I get around to editing it all, by this afternoon. We'll see, otherwise I'll just finish it up, tomorrow, Tuesday, and put it up in the morning. But, for this episode, fairly straightforward, not really any subplot in this one, because basically all the characters revolve around the main plot, which is Don Red and then the evil Blue Ranger trying to finish each other off essentially, and we find out, I believe it was stated in episode 1, maybe not, but basically Don Red is the last of his kind of the Don clan, which is essentially from I think it's another universe I'm going to go with, otherwise, another planet or whatever. They don't specifically say, they just say he's not from Earth, essentially, is what they say. And the evil Rangers find out that through there's a talking pigeon, there's Nemo, and then was it a cat? I don't remember the third one. It was a pigeon, a clownfish, I don't know. I don't remember the third one. It was such a small scene that it never got brought up again. But it basically was 3 animals all talking to the evil Rangers, who were all in different parts of Japan, scouting out humans, trying to laugh, trying to paint. The woman, the female evil Ranger, was sitting down eating dinner when a guy came up and tried to ask her out, and he just punched her and walked away. She punched him, excuse me. And then she walked away to this fish tank. And that's basically the subplot, but again, it fits in with the main plot, because again, once they find out that Don Red is, he's from the Don clan, who they said this really weird thing where to us it's like, well, I mean, they're trying to come to peace with humans and their clan, but their kind does not want that. And so they just don't understand that, hey, like, peace with other species is a good thing, but they just want to keep everyone separate and whatnot. They want to be superior, essentially. And so they're trying to kill them all off. And I guess there's some big war or whatever. We'll probably find out more about that as the season goes on, probably through the dad, who, again, is in the prison cell in the little pocket dimension. But basically, they try to go after him. Evil Blue Ranger finds Don Momotaro. They have a talk on top of this building, and obviously that's when the main monster, the monster of the week, which is a woman, an elderly woman who doesn't want to feel lonely, essentially, and she wants people to pay attention to her. So she was taking these clothes from people and whatnot, and obviously that ends up one thing, leads to another, and then she's out, attacking the humans. So then Don Red shows up, Evil Ranger shows up, they get into their own fight. I didn't mention the boycott, but the boycott, it was basically before the intro, and they basically said, like, hey, if you don't want to trust us, if you don't want to, like, be nice to us, and, you're never going to tell a lie to try to help us get better, and you're just going to say, like, hey, you suck at this, you suck at that, you're arrogant, blah, 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 then, we're going to boycott, which essentially was all Don Blue's idea, which, again, that all happened pre-intro, and it was just, it was 3 minutes of them just talking, which is why I didn't really bring it up, because there's not a lot of substance there. I guess the main thing is Kaito possibly knows who Don Black is, and he kind of gets cut off because they decide, okay, well, he's got to be a dog. An actual talking dog is what they're going with here for some weird reason. Despite, Pink is a normal human who grows, 7-8 feet tall with those long flamingo legs or whatever species of bird he's supposed to be. So I don't know why they're thinking some human can't shrink down to the size of a little dog. They're just going with talking dog. But anyway, so, they boycott. So those 3, it was Don, Blue, Yellow, and Pink don't show up to the fight. Don Black shows up after he got a haircut. And, he's curious. He's like, what's going on? Where's the rest of them? And that's when, again, the Don Red is fighting the Evil Blue Ranger. And then they kind of clash. and hit each other, and they teleport back to the top of the roof. Now, it was weird because if they both transformed, well, I guess if at least Don Red transformed up there, because I guess the evil Blue Ranger could have just, hopped on one of those teleport things and teleported there, but you would think that he would have seen Don Red transform. I don't know. There's a little weird thing right there where I guess they're going to say he started walking down the steps. But then why would he teleport back up to the top of the roof and wouldn't be, on the steps somewhere? I don't know. It is what it is. It was basically set up to reveal, which, I like the reveal, but, really thinking about it, it's like if he's supposed to be walking away, it doesn't add up as to why he literally ends up further away from the stairs than where we last see him, which is weird. So again, they slash each other, they demorph, go back to the top of the building, see each other. They realize, like, hey, like, we can't go get something to eat together, because they were planning on, going to hang out and talk, and go and get some Odin. And now they're like, oh, we can't do that anymore, because we're bitter enemies. And so they kind of split off. Don Red goes back to fight. And before that, there's a big cutaway where the evil Blue Ranger says, hey, can you tell me one last thing? And it cuts away, and again, we'll talk about that in a second, but it's just, Don Red is just an idiot. He has to learn to lie. Which he does die again, so we can add the death counter to him not being able to lie. He does die at the beginning of the episode. So anyway, they go back to fight. Don Blue decides, you know what? Screw the protest, screw the boycott, we're going to go back, we're going to go help him. Because he was basically getting triple teamed by the white and the orange, or the brown, whatever color it is. I should look that up. I should really figure out. Because it looks orange, but it might be brown. I don't know. But he's basically getting triple teamed by those two, and then the monster of the week. And so they decide, okay, we're going to go help him, transform into Don Roberto, whatever. Beat up the monster. Cause the evil Rangers to, go away, transform into the Megazord, beat up the monster of the week. De-transform, and episode ends with the evil Blue Ranger coming down and just slashing Don Momotaro. Because we find out it flashes back and finds out, hey, right after we come back to our human form, or not human forms, but at least the Ranger forms. After being in Donbrothers, or Robataro, excuse me, I am very weak, and that's the best time to kill me. So what does he do? He waits for them to de-transform back down to the Ranger forms, comes down, cuts them, and then the last image we see is Don Red disappearing. And next week we're going to get a substitute Red Ranger, but I don't think he can transform. So, that'll be interesting to see what happens next week. Now, they do show one shot where you do see the Megazord with, the Don Red, who is the middle of the Zord. So, probably going to come back by the end of the episode. But I guess technically he dies 2 times in this episode. So, I got to start keeping a counter here. We're up to 3 deaths for him. But, just straightforward. Again, no real subplot here. Just another tease of what I'm assuming is the Bestials once again, who were the animals, and yeah, that's just not a lot. I don't want to say not a lot of substance, because there was some substance in here. We got to learn, obviously, some history of Don Red, and not too much else in this episode. So. I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to try to get this 9 minutes. See if I can get this done today. But for now, like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.